When you think of elegance, power, and British luxury, one name often comes to mind: Aston Martin. But behind the sleek lines and roaring engines is a rich history that stretches back over a century. It's a story of innovation, setbacks, and ultimate triumph. Today we're diving deep into the fascinating history of Aston Martin, from its humble beginnings to becoming the car of choice for James Bond. The story of Aston Martin begins in 1913, when two visionaries, Lionel Martin and Robert Bamford, set out to create a brand that would combine luxury with speed. They weren't looking to create just any car, they wanted something special. And so, the duo started modifying existing cars to compete in races. But it wasn't until 1914 that the first Aston Martin prototype was born, named after Lionel Martin and the Aston Hill Climb. Racing was in their blood. The Aston Hill Climb was where the company earned its stripes. The early Aston Martins were built for speed, but they were also incredibly rare. World War I forced the company to halt production, and after the war, they struggled to regain their footing. The 1920s and 1930s were difficult for Aston Martin. Financial struggles plagued the company, and it changed hands multiple times. Despite these challenges, Aston Martin continued to produce stunning, race-worthy cars. By the 1930s, they had built a reputation for endurance racing. But it was in 1947 that the brand would take a pivotal turn. Enter David Brown, a man whose initials, DB, would go on to become synonymous with Aston Martin's most iconic cars. Brown bought the company in 1947 alongside Lagonda and set about transforming Aston Martin's fortunes. Under his leadership, the company launched one of its most famous models, the DB2, which marked the beginning of a new era for the brand. The DB2 put Aston Martin back on the map, both on the road and the racetrack. But it was the DB4, launched in 1958, that truly set the stage for greatness. Designed by Italian coach builder Carrozzeria Touring, the DB4 was a head-turner. Its sleek, elegant lines and powerful engine made it the car of choice for enthusiasts who craved performance and style. And then came the DB5. Introduced in 1963, the DB5 wasn't just any car, it was a masterpiece. Its sleek design, 4.0-liter engine and cutting-edge technology made it one of the most desirable cars in the world. And then, something magical happened. James Bond. In 1964, the DB5 made its big-screen debut in the James Bond film. The association between Aston Martin and Bond wasn't just a marketing coup, it was the start of a long, legendary partnership. The DB5 became a cultural icon, and suddenly, everyone wanted to drive the car that 007 drove. The gadget-laden DB5 is now almost as famous as Bond himself. From the 1960s to today, Aston Martin has featured in numerous Bond films, further cementing its reputation as the ultimate car for the suave, sophisticated, and fearless. Whether it was Timothy Dalton behind the wheel of a V8 Vantage in, or Daniel Craig racing through the streets in a DBS, Aston Martin became the symbol of British cool. But Aston Martin is more than just a luxury car. Its roots are in racing, and over the years the company has built a strong legacy on the track. Aston Martin first made its mark at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in the 1950s, with the DBR1 winning the race in 1959. That racing heritage continues today with models like the Vantage GT3 and Valkyrie, pushing the boundaries of performance and speed. Whether on the streets or the racetrack, Aston Martin's commitment to high-performance engineering has never wavered. Despite its iconic status, Aston Martin's journey has been far from smooth. The 1980s and 1990s were particularly challenging. Financial instability and ownership changes threatened the brand's survival, but Aston Martin always found a way to bounce back. Ford took control of Aston Martin in the late 1980s, giving the company the resources it needed to develop new models. This era gave birth to the DB7, which was a crucial turning point for the brand. The DB7 brought Aston Martin back into the spotlight with its elegant design and impressive performance. Forward to the 2000s, and Aston Martin had undergone a renaissance. The DB9, launched in 2004, was a game-changer, combining cutting-edge technology with the classic Aston Martin flair. The V8 Vantage, introduced around the same time, became a favorite for those seeking a more affordable entry into the world of Aston Martin. Today, Aston Martin continues to push the boundaries of luxury and performance. From the luxurious Lagonda to the track-dominating Valkyrie, the company remains at the forefront of automotive innovation. And with a focus on sustainability, Aston Martin is preparing for an electric future, with models like the Rapide E showcasing their vision for the next century. Over the years, Aston Martin has transcended being just a car brand. It's become a symbol of British craftsmanship, luxury and performance. It's the car of the discerning driver, a favorite among collectors, celebrities, and enthusiasts alike. More than just a vehicle, it's a statement of style, sophistication, and history. As Aston Martin looks to the future, the road ahead is full of possibilities. With a commitment to sustainable performance, cutting-edge design, and its racing roots, Aston Martin is poised to continue its legacy for generations to come. As Aston Martin moves into its second century, the brand's focus is clear: stay true to its roots while embracing the future. With new partnerships in Formula One electric technology on the horizon, and the ambition to be the pinnacle of luxury automotive engineering, the next chapter of Aston Martin promises to be as exciting as the last. Motorsport will continue to play a crucial role in Aston Martin's DNA, from Formula One to endurance racing. These high-stakes environments push the brand's engineering and innovation to new limits, all of which trickle down to their production vehicles. From the moment James Bond slid behind the wheel of a DB5, Aston Martin's legacy in pop culture was sealed, but its influence doesn't stop there. Whether it's appearing in blockbuster films, gracing the covers of magazines, or being the vehicle of choice for royalty and rock stars, Aston Martin has become more than just a car. It's a symbol of status, style, and sophistication. The DB5, DBS, and Vantage are now as much a part of cinematic history as they are of automotive history, forever tied to the glamour and danger of the world's most famous secret agent. But beyond the glitz of Hollywood, these cars represent a dedication to craftsmanship that resonates with fans across the globe. So, whether you're drawn to the elegance of the DB5, the adrenaline rush of the Vantage, or the groundbreaking technology behind the Valkyrie, one thing is clear: Aston Martin is not just a car company, it's a legend in motion. And that legacy, built over more than a century, shows no signs of slowing down. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the rich history of Aston Martin. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button for more deep dives into the world's most legendary cars, and let us know in the comments, what's your favorite Aston Martin model? See you next time.